is the Mighty OB'a, Pat Freeman, here on clbTV and 1080 AM WUFO with our weekly sports update. Well, we are into the thick of preseason. We are halfway through. The Buffalo Bills did a very good job against the Indianapolis Colts in winning that game 34-21, and now look forward to playing against T.O. and the Cincinnati Bengals on Saturday. One thing I hope that Chan Gailey decides to do this week is start Brian Brome at quarterback. I think we already know what Trent Edwards can do as a starter in this league. I think we are more interested to know what is the full potential of Brian Brome as a quarterback in this league. I thought he looked fairly well against the Indianapolis Colts, and I think he has earned a right for us to evaluate him with the starters of the Buffalo Bills. Also, I would like to see Chad Jackson get more time as the number 2 receiver opposite Lee Evans, along with Stevie Johnson and Roscoe Parrish playing also. And I hope that my man James Hardy has an opportunity to get back on the field, and that David Nelson, who has definitely made an impression on all of us during this preseason period, will hurry back and get well and is able to get back on the football field. But right now, I would like to see more of the young players play with the starters. Also, Dominique Harris. This is a guy we have talked about from the very beginning, that he is a tremendous football player, and you saw his potential when he sacked the quarterback against Indianapolis, which led to a turnover. This guy has big-time potential in the NFL, and I think I would rather see him play with the starting defense of the Buffalo Bills to see and evaluate him a little bit more, and really see if the Bills, who have a lot of defensive backs, I would go with the younger players and possibly set up a deal with other teams for trades, for draft choices, for some of our other defensive backs. Not taking away anything from them. We have some of the best defensive backs in the NFL today. But I, as a person of interest to the Buffalo Bills, if I had a choice of keeping the younger player with more potential, and I have a person like Dominique Harris, who's 6'2", 215 pounds, and has definitely showed playmaking skill throughout OTA's training camp and the preseason, if I had a choice of keeping one with that type of potential, it would definitely be Dominique Harris. So that is what we talked about today on my weekly sports update. We're going to keep you up to date with what's going on with the Buffalo Bills as we approach the first cuts. The first cuts will come at the end of August. The last cut, which is the big cut, which is September the 4th, when you have to get your roster down to 53 players. Then you're allowed to sign other players to the practice squad. Usually is the hardest decision for all assistant coaches and head coaches. The first cuts, I think you're going to start seeing some of those cuts happen in the next few days, as there are players that are certainly not going to make this team and possibly could be brought back on the practice squad or let go to see if other teams have interest in them. But I certainly hope there is a log jam at the defensive back position, and I'm hoping that the Buffalo Bills Brain Trust understand that when you have a talent and potential in a player like Dominique Harris, that you've got to get him on the field with your starters and give him a true evaluation. And this is a guy I would not let go to another NFL team, because if you release Dominique Harris, he's going to be signed by an NFL team right away. I think other NFL teams made a mistake by not drafting this young man. He shows the potential to make plays, and I think that's going to happen. At the receiver position, I am hoping that James Hardy has an opportunity to get back on the football field. But like I've said all along, the player that I have probably the most admiration for is Chad Jackson. Chad Jackson is a football player, and he is a fast guy. He's strong. He has all the potential to be an all-pro receiver in this league, and I believe eventually he is going to be the starter opposite of Lee Evans. I know the competition is between him and Stevie Johnson. Everybody's penciling in Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson is a great player, no doubt about it. But I really like what I see from Chad Jackson. And Chad Jackson has been my choice all along as being that number 2 guy. And I hope that my buddy James Hardy has an opportunity to get back on the field. We'll see you next week. I'm the Mighty OB'a with our weekly sports update here on clbTV and 1080 AM WUFO every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. If you're not able to reach us on our radio dial, you can reach us on the internet at WFOAM.com. We'll see you next week. I'm the Mighty OB'a.